Welcome to Twinin'It. I'm your host, Craig Noble, documentary filmmaker and moto enthusiast. This is the show about everything you can do to and with the Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sports. And today, we're going to be installing the lower crash bars for the bike. Okay, this one was a little bit of a start and stop. Saturday afternoon, I had every intention of installing the bars, but after reading the instructions, which are garbage, I had to do some recon on the bike and remove some pieces to get ready for the install of the bars today. So I think we're ready. I'm just going to go through a little bit about the prep that got us to here, and then we can install the bars. So first thing you got to remove off the Adventure Sports is the skid plate that comes with the bike. It's quite large, and to get to all the mounting points on the chassis, you need to take this off. Consecutively, you need to take off the top crash bar. It comes with the bike. It was a little bit awkward to get off by myself, but I was surely glad that I had the center stand mounted, which made this whole part a lot easier. Well, these are the engine crash bars for the bike. There is a left and right side. They're asymmetrical. They're going to protect the engine from rocks and other nasty spills on the trail, and I actually think they're going to look quite sharp. The bars come with the necessary hardware to mount them to the bike. They come in this big bag. Because I have the Adventure Sports and the upper bars come with the bike, you need a custom hardware package that will allow the lower bars to connect to the upper bars. To get to here, I had to use all of these tools on Saturday. That's a lot of tools, man, to mount some bars, but that's what it took. Okay, so the biggest problem on Saturday was removing these clamps that hold this bracket that affixes the top crash bars. And I actually had to remove the headers to remove this top bolt. And during that process, I discovered that my header nuts, if that's a real word, were loose. So I tightened them back up. And I think we are ready to start installing. All right, this is the left engine bar. It's going to go on like so. Before we put the bar on, we need to mount the left mounting bracket. That goes onto the chassis right there. And this should be quite straightforward, I think. Okay, we got the right side of the bike, we got the right bracket. I'm just going to slide the bracket in behind the headers onto the bolts. Sure everything is nice and flush, and just hand tighten the nuts, and you just want to tighten very carefully that bolt down. And the second bolt. I believe there's a piece that we need to fit in here. Must check the very confusing instructions. Okay, so this is going to go here. This is going to allow us to mount the top crash bar, and we can start to bolt in the lower. Okay, you guys see these nuts here? I'm gonna loosen those, and we're gonna fix the lower bracket for the lower right crash bar right up above here. After those nuts are loosened, You just want to slide that bracket into place like so. Let's see how that's fitting. Woo! So tight. Very good. Got a spacer, got the custom bracket for the top crash bar and the lower bar. All right, everything is hand tight. Got some play on the headers. Nope. Very secure. Time to put back on the crash bars. Alright, well it certainly came off easier than it went on. Tighten this one down. Okay, to get the top bar to fit to the lower bar, I had to loosen everything and had to massage it into place, but I think it should be good now. This is day number 3 of the epic lower bar installation. It looks really good. It's nice and tight to the bike. Everything is really secure. Unfortunately, I've neglected to read the fine print on the Touratech sign, the extra fine print, that said with the lower bar assembly, my OEM skid plate that comes with the Adventure is no longer compatible, which I believe is the exact terminology they use, which sucks. So I have to see my buddy James tonight. I'm gonna take the bike and the plate in, and I think James is gonna do a little trim on the plate. So that's flush for this side.
Basically, I think all this has got to come off.
On that side for sure. But like, look what's exposed on the side there. Like,
Big break for bleeding.
good enthusiasm.
Oh yeah.
Okay, James, that looks pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good. Just riveted it back together. Had to do a lot of clearancing to clear the new bars in the front area. But yeah, hopefully it should work out pretty good. This part looks a lot nicer than this part now.
It looks very robust.
Yeah, well, it is still just pressed aluminum, but it'll definitely keep the rocks and the bits and pieces from messing with the exhaust and whatnot. So definitely good to have them there. Nice clearance here. You can add whatever you want there.
Lights, I think.
And so I mean, there is a little bit of this, but you're not hitting anything, so you're not going to hear anything. It's not going to rub or wear.
No vibration.
No vibration issues there.
just...
I think just bending it in towards the motor will...
Well, you have to take it off to bend it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just like, maybe like 3 mil, maybe.
It won't take much.
Good. Yeah.
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 Well, look at this piece of master craftsmanship. This was the problem area of this whole exercise. We had this bracket to contend with. We had the lower crash bar on the left-hand side of the bike, which, you know, entailed very small cuts many times, which, you know, involved bleeding, well, James bleeding. And this looks as natural as you could possibly get it. And quite frankly, a bang-up job. Thanks, James. Well, James's custom dirt deflector is looking pretty skookum. And the lower crash bars, which was the whole point of this exercise, also look very nice. Obviously it was much easier to customize the skid plate or custom dirt deflector than start cutting away at the bars or any of the brackets or even getting into any frame modifications for later. We can always go back if we want to without any serious damage. This is disposable, which I'm sure we'll see some damage in the future. But very, very happy. 4 days, but definitely worth it and ready for the trail. So thanks for watching and stay tuned for another episode of Twinin'It.